Hello, I'm currently backstage. Not backstage. I'm currently at Motel Studio. Anyway, we are here today for a Stay Sassy and Bad Assy event. Grace is currently in with the VIPs having a little cheeky meet-up. I'll introduce her later on. But we're here for Stay Sassy and Bad Assy. I'm super excited. It's a day full of dancing, panel talks, food, everything. So we hope you enjoy this video.
Thank you so much for coming. We are so excited to have a little chit chat, just to have a very kind of informal discussion, just a bit of girl power and general chat. So I hope you're as excited as we are. We are going to be starting with the vegan panel.
I have the knowledge, the time, the money to be vegan. What would you guys say to those who maybe aren't in the place of privilege?
We're in a really fortunate position. I have, like you, the time and the money to spend on the food that I want and to eat the way that I want, and I have an education, so I know how to cook and read and all of that stuff. There's an amazing chef called Jack Monroe. She is all about cooking the cheapest meals you possibly can. She's called the Bootstrap Cook, and every single recipe on her blog has the exact cost of each recipe, and they're all like under 30p. If you buy rice in bulk and you buy beans in bulk, that is not expensive in any way.
But I think it's definitely becoming a lot more accessible. The more we can do to make it more accessible, the better, and the more we can be like, look, if you actually can't afford it one day, or that's not where your priority is, that is absolutely fine. I think it's the knowledge and the education and the little things that you can do that are what makes a difference. What do you think is the biggest myth about veganism, or a big myth that you would like to personally squash today?
That you can't get enough protein. When I first started eating more plant-based, my main concern was protein. I was thinking, what the hell am I going to eat? I'm not going to get enough.
I think people think if you go vegan, you instantly just become like a hippie. Not nothing against hippies, but people just think that that's you're cutting all social ties, you're never going out ever again, you're just going to stay in like Broken Butcher in your house and just like not eat potatoes because apparently they're not vegan.
A lot of the myths is that vegans are all really angry and really annoyed at everybody that's not vegan, and that we all expect everybody to go vegan overnight, and if you don't do that, then that's really bad.
What has been your best personal technique or your best personal development?
They never go how you think. So when people show you those slides that say this was my business growth and they just go like this, actually they're usually like this. And I think for me, the really inspiring thing with both of the businesses that I run is to kind of see that actually if you do trust the process and you keep at it, the change will happen. The realisation that if you just keep working, it's going to happen for you at some point has been really exciting.
I think probably my biggest inspiration in all of it is the kind of audience, because my business has been very much based off support of other people. Kind of along the way, looking at incredible businesses like the women here have, and looking at what great work they do. And I've kind of always thought, because originally I wasn't into fitness, it was never kind of, wow, I've always done this, let me show you. It was kind of, okay, I'm going to do this. Oh, okay, people are enjoying the journey. Okay, there are quite a few people here now and I'm a bit scared. And then kind of going from there, it's kind of, a lot of the time I look at my business, and as amazing as it is, I'm like, there are so many problems in the world and I'm making people grow their bums, like, what? And I care about things and I want to make differences where I can, and then I kind of sometimes look and I'm like, oh, this is such a small thing in a world of so many problems. And I think recently I've realised that they can all be connected, and with a growing business and with growing social media, there is so much that you can do to make them connected. Being able to grow people's confidence and being able to create communities where people can be themselves and grow and be empowered, that does still have a place, even though it's not the biggest issue out there. And by doing one thing, I'm not necessarily kind of stopping other things happening, and I think that's been a huge thing for me to realise over the past year.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever been given or you would give to someone?
Having self-awareness, that's something that I never had any knowledge of or even knew what it meant. A lot of people find it when they're at their lowest point, and that's kind of what happened for me. But going forward, I'd like to just really push that. Like, Ash, don't live your life on anyone else's terms. Don't, whether that be your parents or whether, oh my god, we're getting so much trouble. Whether that be anyone, like, don't live your life on anyone's terms. That's really, really important. Ask yourself the questions like, who am I? What do I want? What do I want from my life? And like, what makes you happy? What makes you sad? I know you're like, that's such an easy question, but sometimes you just don't know. Like, you don't actually know. And having them tools is things that I would say, when you make mistakes or when you fail or when things are hard, having them tools are something that you can always go back to that make you feel better and they keep you going forward. So one thing I would massively say, you're going to make so many mistakes in life. I've made so many. And I just think now, enjoy making mistakes because there's lessons in them. If it's not a lesson, it's so cringe, but it's a blessing, right? So nothing's ever bad, even if it's the worst thing in the world. Find a lesson in it and keep it moving. And I think if you go on that and you know what you want and you know who you are, you're fine. You got this.
I think for me, just trust in yourself. We wanted to start our business and we found a property and we were quoted 180 grand to do it up and turn it into a coffee shop. We literally didn't have a penny to put into it, we had no budget whatsoever. So we thought we'd do a Kickstarter, put out your idea, your project, and people back you and you give perks, so like merchandise or coffee or whatever. And we came up with the idea of doing this Kickstarter. We gave ourselves a week to raise 20 grand, which is a massive feat. But we knew that people in the city wanted the change, so we kind of trusted in our idea. Dad put a bit of a kind of a battle cry really onto Facebook and was like, we need you, like if you want to see this in Cardiff, back us. In 24 hours we brought in 16 grand because people saw that we were vulnerable, saw that we put ourselves out there, and actually we didn't have 10 grand in our back pockets that if we didn't get there we'd chuck it in.
I think, always go with your gut feeling and be true to yourself. So you might have a meeting with someone
and it's really like looking, if you feel it's right, go for it, but if you need to have some time to think about it, if they want to do something with you, then they will wait. You know, never feel pressured into just doing something because this great opportunities come. Some things are great, some things might not be great at the time. So it's always just really listening to your gut, talking to a friend or a family member or someone you can, and just obviously getting their opinion as well, because some things, you know, there are amazing opportunities out there, but it's always what will work for you. And if I always think if someone really wants to do something with you, you know, they'll wait for you if you're not quite ready for it.
When I was first starting out, someone once told me feedback is a gift, and I remember doing feedback sessions with people at work, and obviously you get the good feedback and then you get the developmental feedback. And I was like, this is not a gift, this is horrible, like I hate them. And I now realise what they meant, and actually I do think it's probably the best advice that I got now. And now I realise you ask for feedback from everyone, so everyone that you work with, everyone who you work under, and if you're out on your own, you don't have a business partner, just ask for feedback from your friends. Like, say to one of your close friends, I know this is a bit cringe, but can we have a chat? What it does is it allows you to be really confident because you collect these data points and then you know these are the things that I'm actually really good at, and not because I like them, but because everyone tells me I'm good at them. Having thought that was terrible advice, I now think it's quite good.
It's been so fun. Other people have too.